Hello my amazing viewers, welcome back once again to Pig Farming Academy. I'm so glad to have you back. As you can see on my face, I'm so happy, and that is because I'm bringing to you an important update regarding what I've been informing you guys about the previous week. But before that, I would like to let you know that I'm going to be talking about inbreeding in today's video, so make sure you stay tuned to grab all the details of this important aspect of breeding in pig farming, so that you can be able to maximize your reproduction. Not just your reproduction, but the quality of your piglets. Also guys, I've been telling you about the book on pig farming, not just pig farming, because there are so many books on pig farming that I've been working on. What makes this book so special is that it's not just a normal random handout on pig farming, but no, it's a detailed life experience of what I've experienced in the pig farming business. I started pig farming immediately I came out from my secondary school, during my work period. That was the phase I started my pig farming. So from that moment up to this moment, I've detailed all the experiences that I've gathered in this pig farming journey. And that is what I have incorporated into this book for the purpose of teaching you guys, so that you guys can benefit from my experience and better your own farm. So guys, when this book comes out, I'm going to let you know so that you can be able to take part of this, cash in on this opportunity and better your farm. So let's get into the order of the day, which is inbreeding. I'm going to talk about inbreeding to details. Stay tuned guys, and equally make sure you subscribe to this amazing channel, turn on the notification button of this video so that you can be able to get more updates from me. Also, I'm going to be dropping the link of my WhatsApp community that contains so many pig farmers from the different regions of the world, so that I can be able to get updates, get information, get knowledge. Join this WhatsApp group. I'll be dropping the link of this WhatsApp group in the description box of this video so I can be able to join. Stay tuned guys. So before I talk about inbreeding, it will be injustice if I don't let you understand what breeding is. Like I said, breeding is not just about reproduction. It's the opportunity given to you by nature to be able to get out genetic quality that you desire in your farm. So once you begin to see breeding in this aspect, I've talked about this in one of the videos I taught. Once you begin to see breeding in this particular mindset, you understand that breeding is not something that you should do anyhow. And that is where the concept of avoiding inbreeding comes in. Begin to see breeding as not just reproduction, but a strategic opportunity given to you by nature to be able to get out the genetical qualities that you want in your animals. So you don't just go and cross your pigs anyhow. No, consider certain factors. Go ahead and watch those videos on breeding that I talked, because in those places I talked about how to be able to get qualities that you desire. But this video is specifically for inbreeding. Okay, so having explained what breeding is, I will now talk about what inbreeding is, its disadvantages, how to avoid it, and how to better your farm with the knowledge of this inbreeding. Stay tuned guys, watch to the end. Like I always say, there is this word I normally use for inbreeding. I call inbreeding the silent enemy of every farmer, not just pig farmers, but every farmer. This is because, unlike diseases, feed factors, inbreeding silently eats up into the genetical components of your pigs, that then you now begin to get results that you never anticipated, not knowing that you were doing the wrong thing all along. So this is why I call inbreeding the silent thief. Silent what? Thief. So what is inbreeding? Inbreeding occurs when closely related animals are being crossed. In pig farming industry, inbreeding occurs when closely related pigs are being crossed. Example, mother and son, father and daughter, siblings, all these things can result to what? Inbreeding. So when closely related animals are what? Being crossed, that is what can result to inbreeding. When I started up my pig farming early, I told you guys I started very early during my WAEC days. I never considered this aspect of inbreeding. I was like, okay, after all, I have a boa, I have this, I'll just meet my sow. That was just the concept I had then. But over time, I began to experience that this actually has compounding consequences. It actually has compounding consequences. With my experience, I now discovered that this is not a good concept to actually apply in your farm if you want to scale up, if you want to grow and raise healthy pigs. So guys, always avoid what? Inbreeding. Avoid that. I know you guys will be like, you always talk about avoiding breeding, avoiding breeding. What are the consequences that this inbreeding actually causes that should make us avoid it? Inbreeding can result in lots of consequences: reduced fertility, poor growth of your animals, weak immunity, small litter size. This is just to mention but a few. As you can see, these consequences I already mentioned has already placed your farm at a lower level. So make sure that before you when your pig delivers, mark that's why you need to have a farm record. Mark out your pens. Do not mix them up randomly so that you could be able to avoid inbreeding. Okay? Do not mix them up what randomly to be able to avoid inbreeding. I'm always emphasizing on this particular inbreeding. I'm always emphasizing on this because I know the consequences it bears on your farm. Because I've seen so many farmers, most times they always be like, oh, this seems like this my feed is not actually working very well, seems like this thing is not working very well, not knowing that the genetic components of their piece is being affected. There are so many things that can make your piece to start having small litter sizes. All those things is not always the feeding factor. This inbreeding is very, very bad. So I can still remember clearly during those days, one of the principles I employed was over time. I always try to restock, get a new stock from a different farm. This is just to introduce a new stock into my head. I'll try to introduce, maybe I'll be like, I'll still have boas actually, but I will get a boa from a different what pen in order to reconstruct the genetical components of my offsprings. These are the concepts that you should harbor in your mind as a pig farmer that wants to become successful. So I'm going to share with you practical ways by which you can be able to reduce this inbreeding. I've been able to share with you what inbreeding is, its consequences, my life story, and other concepts. So now I'm going to share with you practical ways by which you can be able to avoid inbreeding. The first one, like I said previously, is by keeping breeding record. Keep your record, have a farm record, the breeding record, know the sow. Also, the second one is know the mothers of all your piglets, of all your piglets. Yes, equally sometimes, often introduce a boa into your pen. It's going to play a very, very huge role. Try to introduce a boa into your pen. Don't always keep on repeating that same genetic stock. Try to introduce a new one into your pen. I believe that with these practical ways, you can be able to reduce inbreeding. Just avoid inbreeding. Avoid mating closely related animals. That's just the concept. And then sometimes equally introduce new stuff. So guys, never sacrifice the future of your pig farm for today's convenience. That's what makes most pig farmers to go ahead with inbreeding. They'll be like, oh, I don't have any boa that is not related to this sow. Let me just go ahead with one I have, because you know that getting a new one would stress them. But this is you sacrificing the future of your head, of your pig farm for today's convenience. It will accumulate. You might be like, oh, there's no consequence to it right now, but over time it accumulates. So guys, avoid inbreeding as much as you can, because the betterment of your farm is my priority. That is what I want to see your farm grow. So make sure you apply the principles that I got in this video in your farm to be able to get great results. Also guys, if you have any comments, any question, any aspect of pig farming industry, please feel free to ask those questions. I'll be calling my WhatsApp number. You can message me through WhatsApp 080-588-11642. This is my WhatsApp contact. You can message me and ask any question. I will reply you. Also, you can join my WhatsApp community that contains a lot of pig farmers from different regions of the world. I'll be dropping the link to this WhatsApp community in the description box of this video. Join and benefit from us. When the book comes out, because I'm done working on the book that contains my life experiences in the pig farming industry, from the moment I started, from that was during my WAEC up to this very moment, I wrote the book that contains all the challenges I faced, both in the feeding sector, the inbreeding sector, how I was able to get a land, how I was able to build the house, build the pen, how I was able to stock up, how I experienced a lot of challenges and how I was able to overcome them. So make sure that you benefit from the knowledge I shared in this group, in this book, when it comes out, which I will still inform you guys. Thank you very much. I love you all. God bless you.